Okay, so I post little clips of my van all the time, but I've never really explained like what I'm doing. I started with a plain white 1998 cargo van, and I painted it myself with spray paint, and I'm turning it into a camper van using art. So the entire inside is sculpted from foam clay, and it's going to look like a fairy forest treehouse. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm trying to use as many recycled, repurposed, trash, thrifted materials as possible. I'm covering the doors with fabric, and they'll have sealer over them, so they're going to be washable. Pretty much all of my wood has come from the side of the road or the dumpster, and if it doesn't look pretty, I'm just covering it with art, like that. And yeah, so this was an old metal cabinet that was trashed, and I used the air dry clay on this. This is my Forest Spirit, the Green Man, and I sculpted this. I mixed sand and some paint to get this nice texture here. And I built all of this up top. The bottom is a thrifted desk, and I added some rub-on decals to make it pretty. I painted it, stained it, and all that good stuff. This door here was just a picture frame. I put some vintage brass hardware on it. I'm going to put some screen in it because that's going to be like a little doggy crate. My tree trunks, okay, I initially started to just use spray foam, and then I carved it down and painted it. The shelves are made from cardboard cake platters that I stacked together and put glue and sealer and all that good stuff, so now they're really durable, kind of like wood. I decided to add clay, foam clay, over the spray foam, and that just gives it a more polished, smoother look, and I painted it. I still need to add moss to my Mother Earth face, but eventually this tree texture will be the same as this, okay? Now, I wanted a little cave nook at the top of my bed. This is my bed. I rounded this out. You can't see for all the junk, but it is slightly rounded. Spray foam, carved it, clayed over it, painted it, and now we have a little cave. There'll be vines here, kind of like what's on the ceiling. The entire ceiling, this is all foam clay, and I painted it to look like sky. I'm adding vines. It's not finished yet. You won't see all of the mess here when I'm done. I've got a little side cupboard here that's not finished yet, but it'll have fairy lights in it so I can see in there. And at night I can shove my phone or what have you into the side. And let me turn around here. Over here, this cabinet actually goes there. There'll be a bathroom here, and it'll be fully enclosed when I get finished. There's my toilet, and yeah, that's going to be super cool. All of this stuff that's painted black, that's just the base coat. That's going to look like, kind of like this stuff. It's going to look like vines and moss and tree fungus. Same as over here. This is all like pool noodles with foam clay over it. That's also how I made my branches. Pool noodles sliced in half, foam clay over it. I've used the vintage shutters as window coverings, and of course they work like regular shutters. They open and close. But also, if I want the full window effect, they open and attach to the ceiling, and I get that full window effect. Now let me show you my couch. This is on hinges, and it pops up in the back with little, yeah, whenever it pops up, I'll show you that. Hold on. So there it is, all propped up, and then that just turned this little portion of my bed into a couch, and I'll have a projector screen that comes down here, and I can watch TV. So yeah, that's the plan. Let me back up out of here and show you the ceiling one more time. As you can see, it's going to look like a full tree canopy, and I'm going to have fairy lights up there so that when I'm sleeping or laying here, it's going to feel like I'm sleeping out under the twinkling stars. Now let's talk about power, off-grid power. I have solar panels on the roof. I do plan to get one or two more. Okay, and here's like the trunk. I have a 280 amp hour lithium battery for my solar panels. Then I have the charge controller and the inverter here that converts the DC power from the sunshine into AC power, so I can actually plug the things in to the side there. Then I have this dual zone fridge. It has two compartments. One can be fridge, one can be freezer, or both can be fridge, both can be freezer. I like to set the small side to freezer, the large side to fridge, and it will plug into AC power, DC power, you know, like your car battery or cigarette lighter. And then I also have the portable companion battery. It's magnetic, it just pops on there. And if that's fully charged and I don't have another power source, that will run my fridge and freezer for 8 to 12 hours, depending on how much food you have in there and what the weather is like. So this is my life, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I work on every day. If you want to see the full build videos, you have to visit my YouTube channel, which is called Forest and Freedom. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Would you go camping and sleep in something like this?